This is a holdup. Hand it over or die.
have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
What's this regarding? I am Sacusius Ergala, agent.
Before the rule of Tiber Septim, all Tamriel was in chaos. The poet Trasisis called that period of continuous unrest days and nights of blood and venom. The kings were a petty lot of grasping tyrants who fought Tiber's attempts to bring order to the land. But they were as disorganized as they were dissolute, and the strong hand of Septim brought peace forcibly to Tamriel. The year was 2 E896. The following year, the emperor declared the beginning of a new era. Thus began the third era, Year Ort. For 38 years, the Emperor Tiber reigned supreme. It was a lawful, pious, and glorious age when justice was known to one and all, from serf to sovereign. On Tiber's death, it reigned for an entire fortnight, as if the land of Tamriel itself was weeping. The emperor's grandson Pelagius came to the throne. Though his reign was short, he was as strong and resolute as his father had been, and Tamriel could have enjoyed a continuation of the Golden Age. Alas, an unknown enemy of the Septim family hired that accursed organization of cutthroats, the Dark Brotherhood, to kill the Emperor Pelagius Septim as he knelt at prayer at the Temple of the One in the imperial city. Pelagius Septim's reign lasted less than 3 years. Pelagius had no living children, so the imperial crown passed to his first cousin, the daughter of Tiber's brother Agnorith. Kintyra, former queen of Silvanar, assumed the throne as Kintyra I. Her reign was blessed with prosperity and good harvests, and she herself was an avid patroness of art, music, and dance. Kintyra's son was crowned after her death, the first emperor of Tamriel to use the imperial name Uriel. Uriel I was the great lawmaker of the Septim dynasty and a promoter of independent organizations and guilds. Under his kind but firm hand, the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild increased in prominence throughout Tamriel. His son and successor Uriel II reigned for 18 years, from the death of Uriel I in year 64 of the Third Era to Pelagius Septim's accession in year 82 of the Third Era. Tragically, the rule of Uriel II was cursed with blights, plagues, and insurrections. The tenderness he inherited from his father did not serve Tamriel well, and little justice was done. Pelagius II inherited not only the throne from his father, but the debt from the latter's poor financial and judicial management. Pelagius dismissed all of the elder council and allowed only those willing to pay great sums to resume their seats. He encouraged similar acts among his vassals, the kings of Tamriel, and by the end of his 17-year reign, Tamriel had returned to prosperity. His critics, however, have suggested that any advisor possessed of wisdom but not of gold had been summarily ousted by Pelagius. This may have led to some of the troubles his son Antiochus faced when he in turn became emperor. Antiochus was certainly one of the more flamboyant members of the usually austere Septim family. He had numerous mistresses and nearly as many wives, and was renowned for the grandeur of his dress and his high good humor. Unfortunately, his reign was rife with civil war, surpassing even that of his grandfather, Uriel II. The War of the Isle, in year 110 of the Third Era, 12 years after Antiochus assumed the throne, nearly took the province of Somerset Isle away from Tamriel. The united alliance of the kings of Somerset and Antiochus only managed to defeat King Orgum of the island kingdom of Piandania due to a freak storm. Legend credits the Sigic order of the Isle of Artium with the sorcery behind the tempest. The story of Quintira II, heiress to her father Antiochus's throne, is certainly one of the saddest tales in imperial history. Her first cousin Uriel, son of Queen Patima of Solitude, accused Quintira of being a bastard, alluding to the infamous decadence of the imperial city during her father's reign. When this accusation failed to stop her coronation, Uriel bought the support of several disgruntled kings of High Rock, Skyrim, and Morrowind, and with Queen Patima's assistance, he coordinated 3 attacks on the Septim Empire. The first attack occurred in the Iliac Bay region, which separates High Rock and Hammerfell. Quintira's entourage was massacred and the empress taken captive. For 2 years, Quintira II languished in an imperial prison believed to be somewhere in Glenpoint or Glenmoral before she was slain in her cell under mysterious circumstances. The second attack was on a series of imperial garrisons along the coastal Morrowind Islands. The empress's consort, Contin Arinx, fell defending the forts. The third and final attack was a siege of the imperial city itself, occurring after the Elder Council had split up the army to attack western High Rock and eastern Morrowind. The weakened government had little defense against Uriel's determined aggression and capitulated after only a fortnight of resistance. Uriel took the throne that same evening and proclaimed himself Uriel III, Emperor of Tamriel. The year was 121 of the Third Era. Thus began the War of the Red Diamond, described in Volume 2 of this series.
Wow. All that lore in Volume 2. Now, we're not going to read Volume 2 and 3 and 4 yet. What we will do is we're going to bring up the journal. I have just read about the history of the Empire. Volume 1 started out slow, but almost left on a sort of cliffhanger, if you will. That is a war starts following what sounds like a coup, and the war mentioned at the end of V1 is expanded upon in V2. Remind me to start V2 next time I get a chance. Sounds cool. Our journal has been updated. Yes, we have a journal mod. We can update our freaking journal. And yeah, we just read about the history of the Empire. The war starts, following what sounds like a coup, and the war mentioned at the end is expanded upon Volume 2. Remind me to start Volume 2. But we won't do that yet. Still in the office. What's up with you? You're not just a regular guard, you have a name.
I am Ganciele Duar, guard and spearman of the Imperial Legion.
Ganciele Duar. Any rumors?
I've heard that the local tax collector, Processus Vitellius, is missing. No surprise, really. He wasn't well liked around here.
Processus Vitellius is missing. The tax collector is missing. How big is this town? Word on the street is of a missing tax collector. And per the guard I just spoke to, nobody seems to really care. Is anyone even looking? What is this? Like some sort of big town? Where could he have gone? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe he just skipped town. It's not as if there are it's not as if this is the only place the Empire needs tax collectors. Still, just leaving with no notice? Something doesn't add up. Nobody seems to really car. Nobody's carring around here. No one's in a car. Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love misspelling. That's part of the fun. But yeah, it's almost like nobody seems to care. A missing tax collector. Interesting. Shut the door behind us. We're still in the Census and Exus office here. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I thought the game was about to crash. It will. We will get crashes. Part of the game. Lock level 50. We can't unlock that door. Make a quick audio adjustment here. Remind me to make a audio adjustment once we get outside, because the audio does something kind of weird when you're in between cells in my game. Lock level 50. I'd love to free these prisoners, man. Free them. They didn't do anything. They're innocent. Bro, I'll tell you who should be in here. Freaking, I hope... We should put Ghislaine Maxwell in a prison like this. This is where, this is the type of prison Wes Watson is in. Shout out those who know the Wes Watson alpha male lore. But actually, all jokes aside, oh, we got another book here. Hold of everything. The Firmament. You know what? We're gonna just steal that book, and we'll read that later. And hopefully this person won't see me. I'm gonna steal that bread. Oh, we're gonna save. We need to save. We haven't saved yet. Oh, finally. And let's see. We're going to take that bread. We'll need that. We always need some bread. Steal the short sword. What is this? Note to Hriskar. Hriskar. Don't think I've forgotten about our wager. I want this dagger sharp as a scamp's claw by the morning. Gansiel. Wait, who's Gansiel? That would be... So, we have a note to Hriskar about a wager. So, Hriskar, whoever that is, owes Gansiel some money. Bro, they're sports gambling, bro. They took a Aaron Judge to get a home run in the World Baseball Classic, but he disappeared. So, Gansiel, you have anything to tell us about Hriskar?
I've never seen a successful adventurer who didn't carry a couple of divine intervention scrolls with him on long expeditions. 2 reasons. Emergency exit, and it lets you move a lot more loot than you can carry on foot. And faster goes without saying. Daedra? You know what they are, right? Well, Daedric shrines are where Daedra cults worship Daedra. Bad people who summon bad Daedra. Stay away from them. Why? Because Daedra are nasty, and the folks that worship them are even nastier.
Why would you worship Daedra? Let's keep moving. That's interesting. Hriskar. Who is Hriskar? So we don't know who that is. We just met Gael. But we don't know who the hell Hriskar is. Who is that guy? A lockpick. You know, we'll just sell lockpicks. We'll take the crab meat. We can use that as bait, and we'll take the crab pudding. Oh, Flynn, we'll take that too. That will hydrate us. Yeah, I'm gonna steal some of their crab pudding, guar meat. We don't want to eat guar. We don't believe in eating guar. Hackle whole leaf, we'll take that. We can brew tea with hackle whole leaf, and we could eat it raw. We could brew tea, but also that's hackle whole leaf is good to have around because guar will eat hackle whole leaf, and if we start farming guar and creating a army of guar creatures, the hackle whole leaf is a way to feed them. That's important. We can also grow things in Ashfall too. We can grow hackle whole leaf. So we'll circle back on that. The crab meat will be able to, we could cook it, we could eat it raw, or we could use it as bait for fishing. So that'll be fun too. What do we got? Some medium armor, 20 warmth, and 20 coverage. So with the mods I have, like the armor rating's a big deal, but so is the warmth and the coverage. Because that'll, we can get cold. And with Ashfall, the mod Ashfall makes the survival elements with the temperature changes and having to manage that on your character, such a big deal. And we'll show more of that as we go, but, we really have not even left the Census and Nexus office. What do we got? Grenulous Survival Guide. And this is basically, just to tell you a lot of it's a lore thing that shows you a lot of the changes that Morrowind Rebirth makes. I really know what they are. We'll just leave that here. We'll just explain those as we go. And the game doesn't crash. I cannot tell you how many crashes I've had. Just period. But this one's no different. Note from Celis Gravius. Here's a list of prisoners arriving today. Make sure they're processed quickly and without incident. Jew, we know that. And then Jacob the Great, an unknown Imperial. Celis Gravius. We'll leave that there. Oh, blue sky. What a beautiful blue sky. Ooh, we'll take this engraved ring of healing. We'll put that on. We'll use that to, Where's our engraved ring of healing? Oh, there it is. Who are you?
Celis Gravius.
Oh, that's you.
My background is not important. From time to time, it is my duty to welcome certain visitors to Morrowind.
Welcome me to Morrowind, Celis Gravius.
Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man. But before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor. so pay careful attention.
All right. Well, we have some duties, but tell me about yourself before we get to those duties. Well, okay. He actually doesn't have that much patience, so we got to make sure we can't just talk to him about everything. We might be able to. We do actually have a decent, again, our speechcraft is decent. So we're not starting off with a bad amount of speechcraft, but tell me more about Morrowind. Tell me about your background. You're Celis Gravius, the Knight Errant of Morrowind and the Imperial Legion. Tell me about your trade.
I am a Knight Errant of the Order of Ebonheart, and an Imperial emissary attached to the Census and Excise Office here in Seydanin.
Census and Excise Office. And don't forget, there's that tax collector we got to talk about, too. Who's missing. Something's not adding up there. I don't know if we can do anything about that, but that's one of the reasons I like the journal, is the journal features, so we can note that and remember that. You know what? Tell me about Uriel Septim.
Yes, Uriel Septim is still the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Empire works. Silence, secrecy. Let not the left hand know what the right hand is doing.
Tell me about the Empire.
Yes, of course this is the Empire. This is Vardenfell district of the province of Morrowind. And Morrowind has been part of the Empire for over 400 years. The current Emperor is Uriel Septim, 24th of the Septim line. You haven't been in prison that long, have you? Nothing wrong with your head, is there? The men said you were acting a little strange when they brought you in from the ship.
You know, it's so interesting. He says Morrowind has been part of the Empire for 400 years, yet when you play Morrowind, the Empire has very little relative power in Morrowind compared to other... I mean, they have a lot of power. Then there's also places where they freaking don't at all. And the great houses, the great Dark Elf houses are running things, or like so many, you know, there's like... The politics of Morrowind is really complicated in a way that it isn't in the other Empire, the regions owned by the Empire. I mean, first and foremost, the first thing you'll notice, one of the first things, if it's a part of the Empire, Morrowind, if the province of Morrowind is part of the Empire, and the Empire is slavery illegal, why is there legal slavery in Morrowind? Because they can't, because Morrowind is resilient. And the thing is, no matter what the Empire says, there are characters, especially the Telvanni, the Dark Elves, Telvanni Dark Elves, who, I mean, they see the Empire as like bad weather. It's like something that comes and goes and you manage. It's not everything. It's not running the whole show. And the Empire just, God, they're just decaying. The decay of the Empire can be seen in their, what I think is just a general failure in Morrowind, and they're kind of just fooling themselves, man. Morrowind doesn't want them. It's like the land itself does not want them. The land itself is hostile, and the Dark Elves, in particular the Ashlanders, but Dark Elf culture is a result of just, in my opinion, of just this hostility. The land breeds hostile people because the land is hostile itself. And we'll learn that. We'll learn how hostile this world is. We will live it. We will play it that way. But tell me more about our duties. And what do we got?
This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Cosades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and a dispersal to your name.
Ah, interesting. Who's Caius? Wait, so Caius Cosades in Balmora. Well, tell me, who's this guy? The Emperor releases me. I've got to meet somebody. Celis Gravius has a mission. I mean, this guy's such a true believer in the Empire.
Report to Caius Cosades in Balmora. I can't tell you where to find him, but you are to go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for him. Someone there can direct you to him.
How do I get to Balmora?
Balmora is north of Seydanin. The road passes Pelagiad Village and Fort Pelagiad, crosses a deep ravine, passes Fort Moonmoth, then turns west across the Odai River and into Balmora. The South Wall Corner Club is in southeast Balmora on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Elone the scout at Aril's Trade House here in Sedanin. But take my advice. You're new here. Take the Silt Strider to Balmora. Fast, cheap, safe. Cross the bridge and head east. Can't miss it.
Alright, well we gotta go to Balmora and meet Caius, according to this guy. We gotta take this package on the table. Oh, what is this? None of this means anything. Look at all this. What is all this? This coded message? What the heck? I know this guy, he said the Empire... Well, let's make a journal entry. Celis tells me that I have a mission from the Emperor. From the Emp himself. We're gonna call him the Emp. I have to deliver a package, but what strikes me is how much of a true believer Celis is in the Empire. I respect it. Man does his job. That said, this is a mystery. Why was I chosen? Why can't the Empire get another person to deliver this message? How important is it if they entrust me, a random prisoner, even if I am an Imperial, to deliver this? Well, it must not be time sensitive. I think I will take some time and enjoy Sedanin before heading to Balmora. No need to rush. If there was a rush, they would have had somebody else deliver this. If I can't get a place at the inn, or if it is full, then I can camp. Wouldn't be the first time. I've had to. Well, let's see. And I love this. We just have these handwritten journal entries. God, this is gonna add so much fun.
A real do-gooder, that one. Strictly by the book.
Useful services of Vardenfell. So this is for a mod called Privileges and Services, which allows, you have agents who work for the house who can do things for you, alchemists can do things for you. You can hire alchemists to make potions. You can hire Morag Tong to assassinate people. You can hire scouts, smiths. There's so many things that the Privileges and Services mod adds. It's just incredible. We're going to pick that up. We're going to take that book. And y'all, we are about to finally step out. Let's get some lighting there. We're about to finally step out of the Census and Nexus office. Oh, let's go.
Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day.
I am. What's your name?
Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring.
Really?
I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you?
Bro, they literally shake you down in this small-ass town? What the hell? Can you leave? What the fuck? I thought... What? Damn, so they... Bro, these Imperials fucking suck. Why are they doing this? Is it because you're short, Fargoth? Fargoth is sort of like the Ben Shapiro of this town. I don't have a ring.
Well, if you see it, let me know. It's an engraved ring of healing. I know it's in there somewhere.
Wait. An engraved ring of healing?
I swear one of the guards has it.
Wait, here it is.
Amazing. Thank you. You are now my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Ariel, who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now.
Interesting. Oh. So you're friends with the guy who runs the trade house and people are still shaking you down? You might go to the trade house. Read our journal. I met a Bosmer named Fargoth who claims the Imperials have stolen a ring of his. He'd like it back and I've returned it. But what kind of place is this? Why do the Imperials shake down Fargoth? Ah. And what's with this note about a wager? I don't know, there's some things happening. That's the second thing that's kind of odd about this place. No, the third thing. The first thing is that missing tax collector. And then we have the Imperials shaking down Fargoth back there. Now, you know, we have some mysteries. But I'm just admiring this beauty. Can we jump up here? There we go. Look at this. I don't know why that's there, but wow. Let's turn the music up a little bit. Wow. What a beaut. And of course we have Tamriel rebuilt over there we can check out at some point. But let's stick around here in Seydonin. Let's pick up a stone. We'll need that for camping. What's this guy want? Greetings and welcome to Morrowind. My informers in the Census and Nexus office have told me that you should deliver a package to Balmora. How did you know about that? My employer, Master Arian, would like to receive the package instead. Do you really want to work for the Empire that imprisoned you? Besides, we can offer you double the amount of what you would receive for them. Master Arian lives in Tel Voss, which can be accessed from Sagerth Moor. Here's some money for the fare and these potions. It'll be necessary to reach Arian. Wait. Why would I mean, that's as... Honestly, to be clear, this guy's given me about as much information as the Empire has. Like, they're both just saying, hey, deliver it to this person. Here's a disbursement. Here's how you get there. So we really got a choice here. But I'm not really focused on the package right now. And you're a Telvanni. Any rumors?
These Imperial tax collectors have really started to get on everyone's nerves. Haven't seen the local one in a while, though. Not that anyone is complaining.
That's the second time. Dude, okay, something happened to this tax collector. I'm just convinced.
You'll be looking for better armor and a decent weapon. Let me make a suggestion. A lot of people out there are wearing very nice armor and carrying very nice weapons. You don't want to go taking those things from honest citizens because you'll end up doing hard labor. But if you happen to find some outlaws wearing nice armor and carrying nice weapons, well, the bailiffs don't mind at all if you knock them over the head and take their stuff.
Tell me a secret.
Buy from merchants and traders who like you. You get better prices. Members of your own factions usually like you best.
That is true. Buying from members of your own factions, if you're popular in your faction, always better for bartering and better prices. What's your trade?
I'm an agent. I work for a house or a company or the state, and I do things that need doing. Mostly I handle matters in the business or diplomatic line, things that require mercantile skills or the arts of speechcraft. I trade in knowledge, hard facts and rumors. Knowledge is power, as they say. And sometimes I do other sorts of things, things I can't talk about.
This guy's smooth. Well, he gave us a little bit of money. And what's our journal entry about that?
I'm waiting.
Alright. Now, Fargoth here wanted us to go to the trade house. I think. This looks like the trade house here. Oh, what a beaut. What a beaut. Looks great. What you got, Aril? Aril!
Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I'm Aril, publican and proprietor. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. You're a new face here. If you want to buy from me, you have to barter. If you want a little advice, free to new customers, just ask. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions, our most popular scrolls?
Bro, any rumors? Actually, let's start. We need to buy a hot meal. Let's buy a nutritious stew. It will fortify our fatigue skill, and also it will warm up our character for our temperature, and it will also, of course, it takes care of your hunger and your hydration as well. The stew is awesome. 17 gold, it's totally worth it. We can't do a water refill because we don't have any containers. We should definitely buy a water refill.
Interested in purchasing anything?
We definitely got to buy camping equipment though too. So I might. We'll sell the Iron Dagger. We'll sell the Rising Force. We'll sell the Flynn. Oh, that's stolen. We can't sell that. He'll know it's stolen. Or actually, will he? He might not know. I think we'll be good. Let's see. Oh, let's sell the lockpick. Gotta sell it. Let's haggle a little bit and charge him 240 gold. There we go. And, oh, we can give a performance, but we don't know any bard songs, and we also don't have a lute. So we don't have a lute, and we don't know any songs, so we can't give a performance as a bard here. But it'll be good. We gotta get some stuff, because I think the inn is full. So we gotta get a tent and get some stuff. We gotta get, let's get a tent cover. Let's get a tent. Let's get a little rug and a bedroll. A travel lantern would be good. And let's get a bug shell spinner and a fishing pole. Or the shiny lure is really good. Do we want the shiny lure? Might be good. Oh, fishing net. We like fishing net. We'll need that. That'll make it easier for us to catch fish. Let's buy some colored pencils. And let's buy some paper. Yeah, let's actually not buy that. Let's just buy 25 parchment. We'll need the parchment and the colored pencils to do some sketches. And then we'll throw that in a sketchbook. Backpack. Ah, backpack's too expensive. Shield would be good. Does he have a medium armor shield? I don't think he does have a medium armor shield. We've already got some bread. You know what? A loot could be you know what? Let's buy that loot. Let's haggle a bit. All right. So we've got some things here. Also, where's our map? Where's our map? What happened? Well,
It is an honor to serve you.
oh, what the I don't know what's happening there.
Welcome to Aril's Trade
So,
House. See anything you like out
basically, we're going to need to buy maps. We're going to need to buy map of the Inner Sea, map of the Bitter Coast. That's right. We are not going to be using the default map. We are going to need to, when characters give us directions, we are going to need to know where to go. It's really important. And, oh, we're going to buy this. Oh, shoot, this compass. I need to buy this compass. Shoot. I need to buy that. Well, let's use what we have now to camp. Let's set up camp. Maybe we can get some fish. Maybe we could give a, sell that. We could give a performance if we learn some songs with the loot, but we won't be learning some songs for a while. You have to learn songs from specific people, other bards, and we'll do that. But let's start here with the colored pencils. And with the parchment, we're going to draw a pencil drawing.
Do you ever wonder why people don't like you? You think it might have something to do with the way you act?
Let's see. We can isolate a subject. Oh, that's really fun. Let's draw this. Oh, that looks like shit. Why does it look like that? Huh. Something's going on with the pencil drawing, and I don't know why. It's not supposed to be quite like this. It's interesting.
You must be joking.
Yeah, this is not how it's supposed to work. But that's part of finding the kinks. Might not be, the painting mod might not be in this playthrough the most important. Oh my goodness, there's that too. So here, we're running into some things, but that means if we do get a case of restartitis, we'll know what to fix, and we'll make some notes about the joy of painting and how that mod didn't work out so well. Given that's the case, I wonder if that's only with the colored pencils that I'm having that issue. I wonder... Let's buy some charcoal sticks and let's see. It probably isn't the case, but let's whoops, let's not do that. Let's ask him about some rumors.
I heard that Hriskar upstairs is having some financial troubles. Can't seem to win a wager these days.
Oh, financial. Wait, Hriskar wager? Wait. Note to Hriskar. Hriskar, don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this. Oh, no. Hriskar upstairs. I know how to fix that. We'll fix that. Hriskar Flatfoot.
You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold.
What's the sitch?
That's right. See, I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes and lost a bit of money. Normally, I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from the money the locals pay us for. Protection. But I know some of them are holding out on me. Especially that little fetcher, Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple of weeks when I've shaken him down. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place.
What? But Fargoth is the guy we gave the ring to. Okay, so let's recap. We leave the Exus office, but right before leaving, we find two things. First, we find the note. The first thing we find is this note. Addressed to Hrisker from Gansiel, one of the guys in the Exus office, one of the guards. And Hrisker is not in trouble, or in some trouble. We find that engraved ring of healing, which we gave to Fargoth. That was his ring. We gave it back. And we go to Aril's trade house, Aril being a friend of Fargoth, who actually, fun thing about that, if you do Fargoth's quest, Aril does have higher disposition towards you, and you do get better prices. Of course, if you persuade him wrong, you can just blow all of that, and then you get shitty prices if your persuasion checks fail. But now Aril says, yeah, Hrisker's having some trouble. So Hrisker, and we're learning so much about the lore of this town. He's what, gambling or something? Not good, bro. Again, betting on Aaron Judge, don't do it, bro. He'll never hit a home run when you bet on him. So with this, wow, we've got fish, we've got a fishing net. Really excited, but let's see. Fargoth's hiding place.
Got one somewhere in town. Just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it?
Let's say we are up for it, but Hrisker is an unsavory guy. We already don't like Hrisker. Sounds like he's making wagers he can't win, and when worst comes to worst, he shakes down Fargoth and says, yeah, this is normal. Not good. I would usually say no thanks, but I'll say yes.
Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That will give you a nice view of all of Seda Neen. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold.
Well. Okay. I've agreed to help Hrisker. So my journal says. What's up? Actually, let's talk to you. What's up, man?
All right, I've never seen you before. What do you want?
Any rumors?
A friend of mine says you have to visit the House of Earthly Delights in Suran.
Oh. House of Earthly Delights. That sounds on the nose. Travel across the Ascadian Isles. This guy is a scout, so he can help me travel to different places. And for a fee, I think it's great to have transportation to places. Just alternative forms of that. That's a part of privileges and services. It's awesome.
You poor fellow. This outfit, is that all you can afford?
You
poor fellow. This outfit, is that...
Oh yeah, basically.
I will
No one
listen,
told me
Outlander,
that in
but
so
make it
long.
quick.
Welcome to Seda Neen, stranger. Is there some specific place you're looking for?
Give me some more rumors.
Did you hear that some fool lost Mentor's ring in a tomb along the Bitter Coast, or so they say?
Oh, Mentor's ring. It's a great ring. You got alone.
Go ahead. You're not interrupting anything. I'm alone. Scout. You need directions. Pelagiad, Balmora, Caldera, Ebonheart, Vivek.
Now these directions... Again, this is why the immersion is so huge here. I don't have a map. Why would I have a detailed map in this world? I wouldn't have one. I need directions from people. So she says she can draw a map of our local area if I have a plain piece of paper. I would like a map. Wait, I have paper? I have parchment. Why? What? I have parchment. Huh. Why is it not taking my parchment paper? Okay, that's really interesting. That's another thing we want to test is why is the parchment paper not being recognized? That's interesting. Is there another type of
Welcome to
is there another type of paper? I don't. It's just parchment. Yeah, I don't. That's so interesting. Why it doesn't recognize my parchment?
Do you ever wonder why people don't like you? Think it might have something to do with the way you act?
Now, still though, when it comes to directions, it's really cool.
Pelagiad is the next town up the road. Cross the bridge out of town and just stay on the road. From Pelagiad, take the road north to Balmora and Caldera or east to Ebonheart and Vivek. If you have the cash and are in a hurry or afraid of getting lost, take the Silt Strider to Balmora or Vivek. Speak to Darvami Hlaren at the Silt Strider landing, across the bridge and south along the shore. And if you plan to travel widely, get a copy of Guide to Vardenfell from Aril. It's got maps.
How do I get to Balmora from here? Can you help me? Yeah, she can tell me how to get there.
Pelagiad is a newly chartered imperial village on the road north from Vivek to Balmora, right on the western edge of the Ascadian Isles region. The village is right outside the Imperial Legion garrison at Fort Pelagiad. The houses and shops are built in the Western Imperial style, and Pelagiad looks more like a village in the Western Empire than a Morrowind settlement.
Well, damn. I'm kind of bummed the map making stuff is so cool. But you know what? Let's buy a guide to Vardenfell. Let's definitely buy that. Because we'll need that. You don't have a map. This is what we got. I mean, this is what we got here, but of course there'll be a better map. There's better maps that when you equip them, they actually do show up in the map screen. So that's really cool. I'm really ticked off the sketching isn't working, because that's one of the coolest mods. So if I can get the Joy of Painting to work, that'll be awesome. It could just be Morrowind script extender update, but I swear I updated it already. But we'll see. It could be something with my merged patch as well. Again, a lot of this is testing, so I thought most testing was behind, but still, we're all right. And the guide to Vardenfell is so cool. I mean, this is just, this lore is so sick, and you read about this, and this is far from a complete map here. And you can just read about all this. I mean, this shit goes on and on and on, and look at this, and on and on, and I mean, dude, this just type of lore, you don't get this in Skyrim, man. You don't get this in Oblivion, bro. You know what? Let's see here. Where are we at? There's a missing tax collector. Fargoth. We want to see where he's hiding things. We got a package to deliver, and this world is our oyster. Now, even though the Joy of Painting mod isn't working, that's the sketch mod, it's part of it. And even though the part with Alone upstairs, the scout, even with that, like when she said, hey, like, give me some paper, and it's like, you don't have paper, when I clearly have parchment paper, and I've used the mod before, and it allows her to, like, draw a map for you. It's so cool going to a scout at the end and say, hey, can you draw me a map of the local area? Like, that is the that is capital I immersion. Capital E immersion, but capital I immersion, and it's incredible. But that's not going to stop this playthrough. Either A, we'll just continue without that and show it off at a later preview playthrough. Shut up, dude. Bro, shut up. Yeah, fucking look away, you retard. I'm sorry, that's not a nice word. I'm trying to not say that one. Ralph the Braggart. Well, we already talked to that guy. He's at a Real's Trade House. He's the guide. Yeah, I just don't want to talk to you, bro. You know what? I think we should do this. There's no room at the inn, but we gotta stay somewhere. And I want to explore this town and learn what we can. Let's see, maybe somewhere nearby, set up camp, but let's see, where could we go? Just walk around and find somewhere. And we'll talk to people. We'll get our bearings here. If we can't make our way in this town, we can't make our way in any other town. Let's just establish ourselves here. Start with a camp. Oh, look at that Silt Strider over there. That's so cool. All these signs to different places. Again, these signposts become so much more important when... Oh, it's hot as fuck. I gotta take that off. I'm warm. I was gonna say the signposts make the signposts and the directions and the things like the guide to Vardenfell. These all matter now because I don't have a map, and then your own mental map totally changes. And not having the map makes the game massive. You realize how big the game is because you look back at a map like in the default vanilla map that's filled out, and you're like, oh, I've been there. There's nothing new there, and it's like, no, dude, you might show that you've walked there, but like. You haven't been there, and you haven't really seen what's there. And the immersive maps mod just, God, it does so much. Just taking away the map. And in fact, we'll change that up a little bit there. Size of that screen. We're gonna douse ourselves with water at this well because you see in the bottom left it says our character is warm. If we put the shirt back on, they'll be hot, and when you're hot, your endurance goes down. So we're gonna take our shirt off, and then we're gonna douse ourselves. Now we're cooling down just a little bit. That helped us, but the clothing perception is bad because we're not wearing clothes, so like people don't fuck with us as much. People don't like us. You know what? Let me just take a look at. You know what? I was gonna take a look at the docks. We'll go to the docks later. Set up a freaking camp. Just somewhere. You know what? It's not perfect, but that'll do. Set up a tent. Where's our tent? Pack it. You know what? Let's position this. That'll work. We have a little tent over here. Put down our rug. Now let's put it down where it actually looks decent. That'll do. That'll do what it needs to do. Actually, no. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Let's see. Is that our bedroll? Pick that up, actually. Got our bedroll. Yeah, let's put it there. let's do this. Let's attach our tent cover. We have a common tent cover. Got our bedroll, a rug. Let's attach one of our travel lanterns to it. Excellent. Yeah, I am ticked off the Joy of Painting mod is not working. I don't know what's, I think it has something to do with like the parchment. I don't know why, but we'll see. Probably load order, Morrowind script extender, or the merged patch. So many other things are working, so I'm really not worried about that. By and large, we have a good shot percentage right now, modding wise. But you know, let's do this. Let's put our loot down right there, our trusty loot, and we'll put our books in here. Useful services of Vardenfell, Firmament, and directions to, we'll put some papers there. Mysterious note. When do we get this on us? Oh wait, no, that's that goofy note they want us to deliver to Caius. Got a couple papers there. Got a guide to Vardenfell. Let's see. We got a note from Hriskar. Got a few things in here. God, it is hot right now. But we've got a little camp set up. Are we hungry? We're hydrated. We're well fed. We're well rested. So far, our character is not looking too bad. You know what? We could catch a few fish, though. We'll, wouldn't be a bad thing to do. It'd be nice if I could craft a chest or something to put my stuff in, which I can. If I get an axe, I can chop down some of these trees. Pickaxe, I can get some rocks, and then with a little short blade, ideally, short blades work best. I can cut some of this vegetation for fiber. So you know what? Given how the Joy of Painting mod isn't going to work, at least not now, I am going to actually sell my colored pencil, sketchbook, and parchment just because. So we'll sell that to Aril. Okay, there's something going on there in Aril's trade house.
Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I offer
I
the
know who
best
you are.
values in town.
Say the parchment. Say the sketchbook. Sell you a drawing of yourself we made. Please accept my offer. Oh wait, I gotta put a shirt on.
You must be joking.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. My clothes suck that bad. At least likes my clothing a little bit more.
Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I'm sure we can work out a fair price.
Are you sure? Oh, thank God.
It is an honor to
Alright,
serve.
now, okay, I gotta figure that out. But,
Welcome
do you
to
have any
Aril's Trade
axes?
House. Do you have anything to barter?
We'll make it. Have to buy that axe. You know what, we might have to sell our long blade. I don't want to, but we might have to. You know what, we might actually have to sell our armor. Ah, no, that's really good. You know what, we could buy that back later. You know what, let's not sell our armor. Let's not do that. Let's keep it. That kite and dagger isn't much. Let's See if we can haggle a little bit. That worked.
My
Sweet. So we'll start by getting our bearings. Chopping down some trees. Oh, I love it. You walk down this bridge, see my little camp. Got set up over here. I'm just going to keep harping on. I'm so disappointed the joy painting is not working. Everywhere I want to go, I'm like, oh, this is a great place for a painting. Oh, this is a great place for a sketch. Like, you know, just really to document the journey. But you know what? Let's start doing this. Let's start chopping down some trees. While we chop down the trees, let's do this. Let's listen to the firmament.
The stars of Tamriel are divided into 13 constellations. 3 of them are the major constellations known as the Guardians. These are the warrior, the mage, and the thief. Each of the Guardians protects its 3 charges from the 13th constellation, the Serpent. When the sun rises near one of the constellations, it is that constellation's season. Each constellation has a season of approximately
Taking the shirt
1
off.
month. The serpent has no season, for it moves about in the heavens, usually threatening one of the other constellations, the warrior. The warrior is the first guardian constellation, and he protects his charges during their seasons. The warrior's own season is last seed, when his strength is needed for the harvest. His charges are the lady, the steed, and the lord. Those born under the sign of the warrior are skilled with weapons of all kinds, but prone to short tempers. The mage. The mage is a guardian constellation whose season is Rain's hand, when magicka was first used by men. His charges are the golem and the
Wow.
Those born under the mage
Got some
have more
firewood.
magic and talent for all kinds of spellcasting, but are often arrogant and absent-minded. The thief. The thief is the last guardian constellation, and her season is the darkest month of Evening Star. Her charges are the lover, the shadow, and the tower. Those born under the sign of the thief are not typically thieves, though they take risks more often and only rarely come to harm. They will run out of luck eventually, however, and rarely live as long as those born under other signs. The serpent. The serpent wanders about in the sky and has no season, though its motions are predictable to a degree. No characteristics are
I'm gonna look for some
all
flint.
who are born under the sign of the serpent. Those born under this sign are the most blessed and the most cursed. The lady. The lady is one of the warrior's charges, and her season is Heartfire. Those born under the sign of the lady are kind and tolerant. The steed. The steed is one of the warrior's charges, and her season is mid-year. Those born under the sign of the steed are impatient and always hurrying from one place to another. The Lord. The Lord's season is first seed.
There we
He
go.
oversees all of Tamriel during the planting.
Wait, what is this?
Those born under the sign of the Lord are stronger and healthier than those born under other signs.
Wait a second. We were just searching for some flint. No way. Wait. Tax record. Oh my gosh. I knew something was up. Aril paid. Darinthalis paid. Foreign Gillenth hadn't paid. God, he needed a lot. 225 drakes? That's more than a... Oh, not more than a riddle. That's the second most. Only a riddle pays more. Who's that guy? Foreign Gillenth? Why did he need so many from him? I guess I can see why people didn't miss him. Where's that guy? Why did he need so many? Oh my gosh. A novice robe. I'm taking that. Some good shoes. Good gold. His gold is still on him. Did he get killed by a wild animal? He would have had to have. Did the mud crab kill him? A person wouldn't have killed him. They would have taken his gold. Right? Luminous Rosola. We may need that later if we decide to do Mage's Guild. I was looking for flint. You can sometimes just find some laying around. But, not always. Oh, where we at? Flint. There we go. Can we craft a... Let's see. Can't do flint pickaxe. We need rope. And for rope, we need to use our knife to get some fibers. But you know, we just found a dead body. So before we do that, let's let the Exis office know. And then we'll go back to our camp, but we should definitely let the Exis office know about that. We found his body. Looks like... Doesn't look like he got killed by a person. I don't think he'd naturally... I mean, I get it, haha, tax collector, but like, why would you naturally think that? I feel like you wouldn't. Help. There's been a murder.
What's this regarding?
Dude. And yeah, I do think it's interesting how, like, the... You know... It's like, oh, like, I found a guy who's been murdered. But, like, how do you know it wasn't just killed by an animal? Well, I don't know. An animal might have ate them. That's true.
Murdered? What a waste. Processus was a good man. I'd been wondering why we hadn't heard from him in a few days. Still, these are dangerous times we live in, and these sorts of things will happen. Did you happen to find the tax money he'd collected? I hate to be so callous, but I do have a job to do.
This guy is such an Imperial Administrator. Yeah, I found that. Yes, I found the tax. Yes, I did.
You did? How odd that he was murdered but not robbed. Your honesty is appreciated, I can tell you that. I won't forget this. In fact, if you're looking for some money for yourself, I'd like to see the murderer of Processus punished. Killing an emperor's tax collector is punishable by death. Find his murderer, bring him to justice, and the Census and Excise Office will pay you 500 septums.
Wow.
Yes, this is Morrowind.
Yes, I know it's Morrowind. You know what? That is crazy. But also, so we're gonna need to find his killer. And honestly, dude, I think the tax record says it all. Who didn't pay him? It's one of the people who didn't pay him. It's gotta be one of them. Well, it could be someone who did pay him and then said, fuck you, but like, wouldn't they take their money back? And that dude just screams. He owes more than Elderfire and Fine Moth combined. Why does he owe so much? You know, while we're in here, I told myself we would take a look at Brief History of the Empire Volume 2. Why not? Why not take a look at Volume 2 while we're here?
Volume 1 of this series described in brief the lives of the first 8 emperors of the Septim dynasty, beginning with the glorious Tiber Septim and ending with his great-great-great-great-grandniece, Kintira II. Kintira's murder in Glenpoint while in captivity is considered by some to be the end of the pure strain of Septim blood in the imperial family. Certainly it marks the end of something significant. Uriel III not only proclaimed himself Emperor of Tamriel, but also Uriel Septim III, taking the eminent surname as a title. In truth, his surname was Mantiarco from his father's line. In time, Uriel III was deposed and his crimes reviled, but the tradition of taking the name Septim as a title for the Emperor of Tamriel did not die with him. For 6 years, the War of the Red Diamond, which takes its name from the Septim family's famous badge, tore the empire apart. The combatants were the 3 surviving children of Pelagius Septim, the second Patima, Sepphoris, and Magnus, and their various offspring. Patima, of course, supported her son, Uriel III, and had the combined support of all of Skyrim and northern Morrowind. With the efforts of Sepphoris and Magnus, however, the province of High Rock turned coat. The provinces of Hammerfell, Somerset Isle, Valenwood, Elsweyr, and Black Marsh were divided in their loyalty, but most kings supported Cephorus and Magnus. In year 127 of the Third Era, Uriel III was captured at the Battle of Ichidag in Hammerfell. En route to his trial in the imperial city, a mob overtook his prisoner's carriage and burned him alive within it. His captor and uncle continued on to the imperial city, and by common acclaim was proclaimed Sepphoris I, Emperor of Tamriel. Sepphoris's reign was marked by nothing but war. By all accounts, he was a kind and intelligent man, but what Tamriel needed was a great warrior, and he, fortunately, was that. It took an additional 10 years of constant warfare for him to defeat his sister Potema, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude, who died in the siege of her city-state in the year 137. Sepphoris survived his sister by only 3 years. He never had time during the war years to marry, so it was his brother, the fourth child of Pelagius Septim II, who assumed the throne. The Emperor Magnus was already elderly when he took up the imperial diadem, and the business of punishing the traitorous kings of the War of the Red Diamond drained much of his remaining strength. Legend accuses Magnus's son and heir, Pelagius Septim III, of patricide, but that seems highly unlikely for no other reason than that Pelagius was king of Solitude following the death of Potema, and seldom visited the imperial city. Pelagius Septim III, sometimes called Pelagius the Mad, was proclaimed emperor in the 145th year of the Third Era. Almost from the start, his eccentricities of behavior were noted at court. He embarrassed dignitaries, offended his vassal kings, and on one occasion marked the end of an imperial grand ball by attempting to hang himself. His long-suffering wife was finally awarded the regency of Tamriel, and Pelagius Septim III was sent to a series of healing institutions and asylums until his death in year 153 of the Third Era at the age of 34. The Empress Regent of Tamriel was proclaimed Empress Kataraya I upon the death of her husband. Some who do not mark the end of the Septim bloodline with the death of Kintira II consider the ascendancy of this dark elf woman the true mark of its decline. Her defenders, on the other hand, assert that though Kataria was not descended from Tiber, the son she had with Pelagius was, so the imperial chain did continue. Despite racist assertions to the contrary, Kataria's 46-year reign was one of the most celebrated in Tamriel's history. Uncomfortable in the imperial city, Kataria traveled extensively throughout the empire, such as no emperor ever had since Tiber's day. She repaired much of the damage that previous emperors' broken alliances and bungled diplomacy created. The people of Tamriel came to love their empress far more than the nobility did. Kataraya's death in a minor skirmish in Black Marsh is a favorite subject of conspiracy-minded historians. The sage Montelius's discovery, for instance, of a disenfranchised branch of the Septim family and their involvement with the skirmish was a revelation indeed. When Cassinda assumed the throne upon the death of his mother, he was already middle-aged. Only half-elven, he aged like a Breton. In fact, he had left the rule of Wayrest to his half-brother Uriel due to poor health. Nevertheless, as the only true blood relation of Pelagius, and thus Tiber, he was pressed into accepting the throne. To no one's surprise, the Emperor Cassinda's reign did not last long. In 2 years, he joined his predecessors in eternal slumber. Uriel Lariat, Cassinda's half-brother and the child of Kataraya I, and her imperial consort Galivir Lariat, after the death of Pelagius Septim III, left the kingdom of Wayrest to reign as Uriel IV. Legally, Uriel IV was a Septim. Cassinda had adopted him into the royal family when he had become king of Wayrest. Nevertheless, to the council and the people of Tamriel, he was a bastard child of Kataraya. Uriel did not possess the dynamism of his mother, and his long 43-year reign was a hotbed of sedition. Uriel IV's story is told in the 3rd volume of this series.
Wow. On that note, I really do like, and we're gonna wear his clothes. Sorry, we're gonna wear nice clothes. And yeah, we're gonna wear his robes too. Of the tax collector. I am the tax collector now. But you know what, y'all? This guy at the Ex's office wants us to find the murderer of the tax collector. Hriskar from Aril's trade house wants us to find Fargoth's hiding place. This guy gave us a package. Yes. We gotta deliver. Like, we haven't even left this town. This guy just says, hey, I still haven't technically said no to this guy who wants us to deliver it to Master Aryan. Shut up. Poor Fargoth here. Let's just douse ourselves again. It is hot. We're gonna drink some water. Let me tell y'all, we've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to do, and I am actually gonna go peek over at the dock now, which is something I wanted. You know what? That's our camp over there, and it's 3 p.m. We may want to just finish off the day here and see what happens. What a beaut.
Do you want something from me?
Yeah, dude, it's a beautiful town, man. It's a beautiful town. Ah, what a beautiful place. That's a cool place you might check out. Yeah, let's go back to our little tent. The humble abode. You know what? Let's see, what can we make with this? Can't make a flint pickaxe yet. Oh, we need rope. But we know how to get rope. Why is the vegetation not working? Supposed to slice up the vegetation. Oh, we're not in the wilderness. Why is this? Oh, there we go. Let's see, plant fiber. Flint pickaxe. Let's make that. Let's go. Let's definitely make a wood stack. Oh god, that took time. God, that crafting took time. I spent all day doing that. God, look at this look at this oh my gosh, y'all. Let's make the wood stack. Add our firewood. Wow, what a beautiful day. 6 p.m. You know what? When you want to craft anything else before we go to bed? Porch would be good. A lean-to is always good. Oh, I can't craft that. Or I can't craft that. I can't craft that. Oh, let's see. Ah, I need straw. You know what? Let's craft a torch. 20 minutes. We always want to be able to see. Let's turn on. Let's turn on the lantern. I think the lantern's off. Yeah, I don't know why that lantern's being kind of weird. Put it inside here. It's 7 p.m. You know what? Let's go practice. Because we do get to bed early. We get up early. We're early risers. We're 5 a.m. boys. In Morrowind. We get 8 hours. Get those 8 hours. God, the nights are so dark, but that's important, dude. Like, the nights would be dark. There's no light pollution. Be dark as hell.
Yes. What do you want?
Should be.
If you're looking...
What was that guy saying?
Yes, what do you want? New here? Take the Silt Strider to Vivek or Balmora. Fast and cheap. No trouble with wild animals. And smugglers and bandits. And outlaws. Go see Darva Mechlaren over at the Strider port, over the bridge and east along the water. And tell her Vodunius Nucius sent you.
Vodunius Nucius.
Right, that's me. If you decide to take the Silt Strider, tell Darva Mechlaren I sent you. At first it seemed the fuss about the Nerevarine prophecy was just silly superstition. Then I learned that the Dunmer have been waiting for Lord Nerevar to come back for centuries. The Incarnate, they call it. Every few years an Ashlander appears and the tribes call him the Incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why does the temple worry so much about it?
What are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Do you want something from me?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You know, I should get a mod that lets you, oh, wait. We do want to wait because Fargoth is going to do some stuff at midnight. You know what? I think that's where we'll leave it off. We'll get a few hours of shut-eye, but then around midnight, see what Fargoth is up to. And God, I know it's really dark here. But I'm sorry, I like this. You can't see in front of you. You don't know what's going on. You need that light. And that makes it important. But we've got our little structure here. And with this, I think we're actually, you know what? We'll deal with Fargoth's Ring later. I think this is where we're gonna, you know, head off. I think we're gonna, let's wait a couple hours. Just wait a couple hours, loiter around. Oh, I'm a little bit thirsty. That's kind of weird. We'll eat a little bit. I know you're not supposed to eat before bed. And we'll get a quick sip of water from the well and then call it. I might get a mod, which I love how everyone is just here out in the rain. I might go ahead and think about getting a mod that makes the time still continue while you are in dialogue. I think I am going to get a mod that does that. I think that'd be fun. Oh, I'm chilly as hell. Gotta put my shit on. Put my shit on. There we go. Now we're not chilly. You know what? I think we're gonna sleep until 5 a.m. It's still rainy and still dark. God. And my torch, of course, that's gonna go out. You know what? Let's take that lantern out. And this is where we leave off. Actually, let's wait an hour. It gets brighter out. God, it's still dark at 6 a.m. This is daylight savings. Well, we've got some things going on. We've got Fargoth's Ring. We've got a tax collector murderer to find, a package to deliver, really, and just another day to survive right now. And, yeah. This is what we got. Nothing too crazy. I was just wondering why that lantern was there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, whoa, look at all that. And is all my audio working? Let's check something before we do all that. Now that is cool. I can see the aura menu for some of the sounds. But you know what? It's another rainy day in the world. It's 6 a.m. on day 2. We still haven't even made it to Balmora. We're just trying to take care of ourselves here. Just take care of ourselves from the rain. This is where we're going to leave off. This is where we will continue. I'm not going to make a promise about fixing some mods. Really, the only one is Joya Painting, and earlier when we were at Alone the Scouts, and she didn't think we had parchment paper on us to draw a map, but still, that's okay. We'll put a pin in those. It's really only going to be important way down the line when we do our Imperial RP run, which, again, I think I stated earlier in the run, that's going to be the magnum opus run. I don't even know if that's going to happen this year. It could happen in 6 weeks. It could happen in 6 months. I don't know. But right now we're doing this run and having a good time testing. Our character here is looking good so far, and we have a nice little tent starting up. So I'm going to end it here. We are going to save. We're going to continue on day 2. I'm really excited. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed it. I want to make it worthwhile so that, you know, you're happy to give it, and I'm happy to give my time playing this on stream, which is something I'd be doing anyway. Why not stream it? A lot of stuff left on the table by not doing that, and so the next best time to do it is now. I'm really excited to keep this going. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time, and you have a great weekend.